Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm taking a look at the Elgato Cam Link and Elgato's 4K capture card, the 4K60 Pro. Big thanks to Elgato for sending these two products over for me to have a play with and to make this video review. So we'll kick things off with the Cam Link, but we'll come back and take a look at the 4K60 Pro later on in the video. So what is the Cam Link? It's basically a USB capture card for your camera. It allows you to plug a DSLR camera or a camcorder or GoPro or other action camera into your PC or Mac and instantly have a high quality HD up to 1080p 60fps webcam. Now, why would this be useful? Well, for most streamers and YouTubers, the Logitech C920 webcam has long been the staple webcam of choice for including a face cam for live streams or for video content. While it's a solid webcam, and I should know I've used 3 of them over the years for myself for streaming and for channel vlogs and what have you, if, however, you're looking to improve your face cam or external camera setup for higher quality streams or just improve the production quality, the C920 just won't cut it past a certain point, and that's where the Cam Link comes in. It's plug and play, meaning that so long as you have a compatible DSLR camera or camcorder, you'll be able to crack on with content straight away. Which cameras are compatible? Well, theoretically, most cameras that have an HDMI or micro HDMI out port on them should be compatible. Elgato have an ever-growing list of cameras which they've personally tested available on their website, and a super useful and helpful video explaining all the various ins and outs of what could make your camera compatible or not with the Cam Link. So I'd highly recommend you check that out first if you're thinking of buying one, just in case the camera that you had in mind isn't compatible. I'll put a link to both the list of cameras and camcorders that Elgato have tested and their video in the description down below. I was able to pair the Cam Link up with an old 1080p Panasonic HC-V500 camcorder that I had sitting around gathering some dust, which thankfully was compatible. Setting up with the Cam Link was pretty easy. I just needed to disable all the on-screen display information, its HUD as such, so that it wouldn't show up on the Cam Link webcam feed. Since the Panasonic camcorder I was using only had a micro HDMI port as well, I also needed to pick up a micro HDMI to HDMI cable to be able to plug into the camera and then into the Cam Link. Finally, and possibly the most important thing for longer streaming sessions, I also picked up a DC power adapter for the camcorder so that the battery wouldn't die mid-stream, as I think the battery life of the camcorder that I had only lasted about an hour. Which would be fine if you're just doing, you know, a short piece of camera, a vlog or something like that. But for streaming sessions, you'll definitely want to see if the camera or camcorder you have in mind supports a external power adapter so that you can keep it powered for long streaming sessions. Once I'd done all that though, I just plugged the Cam Link into a USB 3.0 port on my PC and instantly detected and installed itself as a webcam device. I was then able to open up OBS and added it straight into my video preview screen. So this Cam Link and Panasonic setup is actually what I've been using as my webcam for the past several months now for all my Twitch streams. First stream with it, straight away a lot of my viewers noticed the increase in quality and commented on it, which hopefully you guys will be able to see right now with the side-by-side comparison that I've got up on screen with the Cam Link and Panasonic setup on the left and on the right the Logitech C920 webcam. What I noticed most is the improved clarity of my face and just a general increase in webcam quality compared to the C920, which has really pleased me during the time that I've been using the Cam Link so far. Plus, it's made adding in a green screen to my streaming setup so much easier, as the increased camera quality means that it detects the chroma key settings for my green screen setup so much more efficiently, creating a way better keying effect for the green screen overall. Cam Link retails at £119.99 on Amazon UK. Personally, I'd have preferred seeing this closer to the £99 mark or £100. While it's not an essential purchase for streamers, it's certainly a step up from what the C920 offers, but obviously the extent to which sort of the increase in quality for the webcam depends on which camera or camcorder you plug into it, so obviously do bear that in mind. But I would imagine that most cameras and camcorders that support 1080p output are going to be a marked improvement on what the C920 webcam offers. As I already said, I wouldn't say it's an essential purchase for all streamers. Definitely new streamers that are just starting out probably want to consider the cheaper C920 webcam option for sure. But if you're a growing streamer that really wants to level up their streaming setup, or if you want a better way to connect your camera setup to your PC for a higher quality video production, for green screen or other video effects, then so long as you have a compatible camera for the Cam Link, then I can highly recommend it. So now let's take a look at the Elgato 4K capture card, the 4K 60 Pro. It's a PCIe 4X capture card that allows you to capture up to 4K 60 FPS content from either a PC, Xbox One X, or a PlayStation 4 Pro, so long as you have a powerful enough PC to plug the capture card into, as it requires a PC with at least a 6th gen Intel i7 or an AMD Ryzen 7 or better CPU, plus either an NVIDIA GTX 10 series graphics card or an AMD RX Vega graphics card to get the most out of its 4K 60f capture capabilities, as it doesn't have a built-in encoder like the HD 60 Pro did, so your PC will be taking on all the 4K capture strain from the card. However, it does support GPU encoding with the likes of NVIDIA NVENC, which helps minimize the FPS hit, especially if you're recording on PC using a single PC setup. You can, of course, record at lower resolutions if you want to, which might be more of a draw for some PC content creators to invest in the 4K 60 Pro, due to the support of high refresh rate pass-through at lower resolutions with this capture card. For 1440p, the card supports up to 144Hz and up to 240Hz at 1080p. In the past, Elgato's previous offering, the HD 60 Pro capture card, didn't support this, meaning that PC content creators that had high refresh rate monitors would actually lose out on their high refresh rates from their monitors, as it capped the refresh rate to 60 Hz. This was actually one of the main reasons that I actually stopped using my HD 60 Pro in favor of OBS, as I just bought a new high refresh rate monitor and I wanted to be able to record my games at 60 FPS while making use of the 144 Hz that the monitor offered. For most of my time testing out the 4K 60 Pro, I've actually been using it set to 1440p 144 Hz so that I could enjoy the high refresh rate of my monitor while getting a great high quality recording of my games at 1440p 60 FPS. I think this feature set of the 4K 60 Pro will actually be what appeals to the majority of PC content creators that are looking to buy the 4K 60 Pro, rather than the ability to record in 4K. That said, if you're a console gamer and content creator that has a 4K TV, a PC that's capable of running the 4K 60 Pro, and a 4K compatible console with a 4K 60 FPS compatible game to get the most out of a recording, then the 4K 60 Pro is fantastic for recording that content right now. Obviously, as I mentioned before, you can record at lower resolutions, but honestly, if you're a console gamer and creator, to get the most value for money out of this capture card, I'd say you'd want to be aiming to record your content in 4K with this capture card. If 1080p is your goal, then I would say take a look at Elgato's previous offering, the rather solid HD 60 Pro or HD 60 capture cards for 1080p 60 FPS content recording. The software that Elgato provide for you to use for 4K capture with the 4K 60 Pro is very basic compared to the Elgato game capture software that's available for their 1080p capture cards and devices, which is a shame that they weren't able to make the 4K capture card compatible with their existing software. However, hopefully over time they'll be able to expand the feature set for the 4K capture utility as well. As the 4K media market expands and becomes a more commonly uploaded and viewed format, I'd expect more features and better support for devices like the 4K 60 Pro in the future. However, if you want to dive in right now and start recording in 4K 60 FPS, then there's nothing wrong with future-proofing yourself this well with what Elgato is currently offering here. So how much does this card cost to record in 4K? Well, to be honest, the cost of this capture card made me wince too when I first looked at it. Retailing at £359.95 on Amazon UK, it's a hefty investment on top of what you've already spent on a 4K console such as an Xbox One X, which they retail at around about £420 odd. The cost of a 4K compatible TV, and then a PC that's powerful enough to meet the capture card requirements, is all going to add up. Then again, maybe if you've already bought all that, what's another few £100? But 4K capture certainly isn't a cheap investment. That said, when you look at the nearest competitors in the current 4K capture card space, the competitors to Elgato are retailing at nearly double the price of the 4K 60 Pro, and they're primarily aimed at high-end video production setups which aren't exactly gamer or content creator friendly. So it seems that pricing-wise, while it might make you wince, Elgato's placed their 4K 60 Pro rather well compared to what else is currently available. It makes sense that with the latest generation of consoles sporting 4K output that Elgato would want to offer creators the opportunity to jump in right now with a premium 4K 60fps capture solution. I'm just thankful that they also gave PC content creators some much needed love and attention with that high refresh rate pass-through support for lower resolutions of 1080p and 1440p. As I said, that's definitely where I spent the majority of my time having a play and test with the 4K 60 Pro. I can definitely appreciate that this is a big investment price-wise, but the truth of the matter is that 4K gaming ain't cheap, and nor is content creation on top of that. This is a luxury item for content creators, and honestly, I'd say it's up to you, the creator, as to whether or not Elgato's 4K 60 Pro is worth the investment to improve your content quality to 4K or not. In particular, I feel like PC content creators can look more into software-based solutions for game capture and what have you, instead of the capture card route anyway. However, console creators have less options. If you do choose to pick up a 4K 60 Pro, just know that you'll have a very straightforward and easy to use 4K capture solution right out of the box, provided that you have the compatible hardware. And to be honest, this should only get better as 4K content becomes more widely used, adopted, and recorded. As I've mentioned before though, if 1080p 60fps is your goal for your content, then I can highly recommend you take a look at Elgato's lineup of 1080p capture cards as well, especially for console recording. Okay, so that's where I'm going to wrap up this video for now. Thanks again to Elgato for providing me with both the Cam Link and the 4K 60 Pro for this review and my own uses. Let me know if you have any questions about either product down in the comment section below. And until next time, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, Games Planet, Overclockers UK, QT, and MSI. Until the next one, ciao for now.